Sure. I think an entity is a spectrum. So, like on one end of the spectrum, it can be any pocket of energy. And like I could pick up a pocket of energy walking through the co op. Somebody was in an argument. I walk through that aisle. I can pick up that pocket of energy. So it can be a pocket of energy left in a room, all the way out, all the way through the spectrum where it coalesces more and becomes more and more material and coalesce all the way up to what we think of as demons and, you know, negative entities that are, conscious, metaphysical negative entities. So I feel like it's a whole spectrum. And the way that stones and crystals have a resonance with that is that stones are very dense, so they have a lot of form to them. They're very dense. They're more dense than anything in nature. And what the Tao kind of teaches us is that if you go to the depth of density or the depth of form, what you find is an opening to the formless. It's kind of like going to the bottom of the ocean where it's so dense and so deep and so heavy and so black that there's these little portals to these cosmic worlds where the octopus and the dolphins and the whales are all like moving through these portals. It's like when you go to the depth of density, there is an opening to formlessness. When you go to the depth of formlessness, there'll be an opening to form. So it's like that simple thing that, everything contains its opposite within, and stones have that. So if you look at all of nature, they're the most dense. So what we know about stones is that creates a portal to formlessness. So they're the most physical, but they're also the most metaphysical. They become these doors to other dimensional energy. And we know that because they conduct energy here, they conduct energy on the electromagnetic spectrum, but they're also conducting quantum energy or scalar energy, or what I call non-binary energy, because it's not ones and zeros. Like they literally conduct prayer, mantra, sound, uh, frequency that is not binary. What's coming from our heart. That's actually what silica does. It is not just bound to moving binary information. It moves non-binary information. So it's like we know stones are conducting energy. We know they're this portal between form and formlessness. So what we can do with energy or pockets of energy is we can invite them to gently transmute back to the oneness or gently transmute back to love through the portal of the stone. And we use stones as kind of these conductors between this world and other worlds. You have to just kind of use your intention and a lot of love to like point the entity to like, hey, if you're ready to gently transmute back to love or just to back to a higher frequency, this is a way. This is like a doorway. And there's certain ways that we can set up the stones on the body that go a long way back that open this whole field in the body so that entities can transmute through that field. Grids do this. Grids, when we work with a grid, the thing about grids is that they permeate dimensions. So if you're working with a grid, then you're not just working with this dimension, you're interacting with other dimensions as well.